Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I will be sharing with you Aaliyah's 1 month update. So I have a lot going on just within the day. Aaliyah turned 1 month today, which is February 22nd, and she also had her 1 month update with her doctor today. So I have all that information fresh in my brain, and just so much happened while we were at that appointment today. So I'm gonna go ahead and just jump right into it. And you probably can see Aaliyah right here. She was sleeping, but now she is pretty much wide awake. She normally doesn't take a pacifier, so she's probably gonna make some faces, gag, spit up, like all that stuff. So anyway, today at her appointment, her last appointment was 2 weeks ago, and I did her 2 weeks update. So this is pretty much like 2 more weeks have passed by. Baby girl is not happy. So 2 weeks ago, she was 8 pounds, 15 ounces. And today she weighed 9 pounds, 15 ounces. So she is doing phenomenal with the breastfeeding, which is so funny because I've been dealing with the cluster feeding, and even though I know she's cluster feeding, it's like by the end of the day is where it's like her last feeding before she goes to sleep for a longer stretch of time is when she's super fussy on the breast. So I always think that I don't have enough milk to feed her at night. So today after her appointment, I was gonna go to Target and pick up some, pretty much some like lactation pills. They are fenugreek and I believe blessed thistle or something like that is in them from Target. And when they told me she was 9 pounds, 15 ounces, I'm just like, well, she's clearly getting enough milk. So you can scratch that off of the to-do list today. She's also 22 inches long, which she probably isn't 22 inches long because when they measured her, they wanted me to keep her head on, you know, the back of the measured thing. But when he stretched her out, he kind of pulled when he stretched her out, he kind of pulled her away from the thing. And I was like, oh wait, her head's not touching. And he's just like, it's fine. And he measured her at 22 inches. So I'm pretty sure she's not 22 inches just yet. For her height, for her weight, she's in the 69th percentile. And then for her length, she's in the 86th percentile. So this is nothing new to us. Hubby is 6'4", I am 5'8", so our kids are bound to be super tall. What else? So while we were there at her, she's been having baby acne since her 2nd day. I noticed the baby acne on her face. It'll clear up one day and then come back the next day, or it'll clear up on one spot and then go to the other spot. Like it's really weird. I don't know. But they do say that it clears up on its own. They can't give her anything to clear it up. But while we were at her appointment, while the medical assistant was in there with her and doing her measurements, he was actually listening to her heart, and she just started breaking out into like hives almost. They weren't as red, but I can definitely see them appearing on her body, and I'm just like, wait, are you seeing this? He's like, yeah, she's getting a little bit of a rash. So I'm like, okay. He's like, you know, let's just keep an eye on it. The doctor will be in shortly. So I was there and I was literally watching the bumps come, and they're not like raised, like it's like the bumps are like coming from within. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but that's what it looked like. And I watched it come from all over her body. And then I'm looking at her and I'm talking to her, and she looks like one of the opposite ways, and I see that her eye is now red, and I'm like, oh my God, why is your eye red? Like, did you scratch yourself in your eye? Like, I don't know what's going on. So eventually the doctor did come in and we talked for a little bit, and then she's like, any concerns? I'm like, yes, this rash just appeared. Like, she was not like this morning when I got her dressed. She loves doing her grunting. So I told the doctor, and she's just like, oh wow, yeah, I see that. So she picks her up, and then where she was holding her, it kind of got worse. And she's like, that's very interesting. And then she like looks at her eyes, and I told her eye was red, and she's like, oh, her left eye is red as well. And I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even see that. I'm like, what's going on? She's like, oh, is there anything different that you use? I'm like, no, nothing. Coconut oil I've always used on her. I laid her on this last time. Like, nothing out of the ordinary. She's like, and she's like really examining it, and she's like, it looks like a viral infection. It looks like a viral rash. And she's like, which means, you know, there's probably some sort of viral infection that's coming out. And I'm like, oh, great. So she checks her, and then she also had like a diaper rash that I told her about. So she looked at it, and she was like, well, that's not a diaper rash. That's the beginning of like having a yeast infection. I'm just like, what? She's just like, don't be alarmed. This happens to a lot of baby girls. She's like, because of the hormones that she's getting from you, and now she's not, you know, she's not in you anymore. And sure, she's getting, you know, hormones from your breast milk, but it's not the same. She's like, so all those hormones that she's been releasing and like getting rid of, she's like, it's coming out as like as an yeast infection. I don't even know. I'm probably not even explaining that correctly, but that's what I got from what she was saying. So she went ahead and prescribed her like a little cream medicine that should help it go away in a couple of days. So we did that, and she didn't say anything with the rash. She just said to keep an eye on it, keep an eye on her temperature. Her temperature was 99 even. She's like, it's a little bit higher than they would like, but she's like, but that could be because she was wrapped up in a blanket. You know, there's so many things. She said to, you know, check her temperature throughout the day, and if she does break a actual temperature, to definitely call them and bring her back in. She said she could be allergic to something that we don't know of yet. So that was a little concerning and a little bit scary. Just seeing the rash come out from her body was definitely a little concerning. And I had thought that it was the diapers. Now she's currently using Pampers. She started off with Pampers in the hospital. When we got home, we went to Huggies, and then we went to go buy more diapers, and they didn't have any Huggies, so we went and bought some Pampers. But I just bought her some more Pampers today, some diapers, and I bought her Huggies because they had like the huge box, so I was able to get that. And I want to continue to use the Huggies Snugglers. I feel like the Pampers, like, they're just not stretchy enough, and I feel like with all the rubbing on her, like she's always red in certain areas. And then I believe with the Pampers is when she had like explosions. With Huggies, she had never had any explosions outward. And let me just tell you, this girl poops so much. She poops more than she pees, I feel like. She poops sometimes before feeding. She poops after every single feeding, even those cluster feedings. So she is a poop monster, which the doctor said that's totally normal. There's nothing to be alarmed about that. What else? Aaliyah can hold her head on her own. She's been doing that since her 3rd day of life. She holds her head up. So I feel like she's just always looking around and just like following me, because she does that with her eyes. She is a relatively good sleeper. She's not very fussy. As you can see, her fussiness is grunting. She grunts if she wants to be held, or if she's not feeling something, like she grunts. She doesn't really cry unless it's like extreme. Like if I'm wiping my son's butt after he uses the bathroom and I can't really jump and get her yet, she starts crying. Or she's laughing. Hi, baby girl. Hi, are you gonna put on a show? Where are you going? She tries to get up, which is so funny. She like tries to pull herself up. God bless you. You gonna spit up? Yeah, she's not really much of a crier, especially at night. I get up at night from the grunting, and I'll go ahead and wake her up, because even though she's grunting, she's still sleeping. So I'll wake her up because, you know, she needs to feed. The other night she slept, I gave her a bath right before bed, like right before it was time for her to nurse. And She knocked out immediately, like within 10 minutes of her nursing. She was done and she was out for the count. She did not wake up, she did not grunt until 4:15 in the morning, and I was just like, oh my god, oh my god. My breasts were so filled, they hurt so bad. So I immediately got her up, changed her, and fed her, and she went back to sleep. And she went back to sleep until like 7. It was crazy. And she only fed on one side, so I ended up having to pump the other side. It was just crazy. There was milk everywhere. But yeah, so she holds her head up. Like I said, she holds her head up. She's not like a, you know how babies bobbleheads, and you have to like support their heads. Yeah, she really doesn't need any support. Like, she can hold her head and it's not gonna go down, it's not gonna go back. Like, she's really, really solid. And the doctor did tell me 2 weeks ago to start her on tummy time, which we did. She doesn't really like tummy time, which is kind of crazy because she likes to be held upward. Like, she doesn't like being held like this unless you're gonna feed her. So if you're not gonna feed her, do not hold her like this. She likes to be sitting up or up on your shoulder. And when she's up on your shoulder, more than likely she'll scoot down a little bit and just rest her head on your chest. It's like, these kids are amazing these days, you know? She did start smiling within like the past week. No, actually this week. So Monday was like her first real smile, and ever since then she's been like smiling and like laughing and talking, which is so crazy because she just turned 1 month. I'm like, what is going on? Like, you are just doing things way ahead of your time. So another thing that I wanted to discuss was her like nursing and spitting up habits. So apparently she overeats. You have something to say? Yeah? What, and what else? What else do you have to say? Do you want to talk about you spitting up? Or should I talk about it? Yeah? Uh-huh. Can mommy talk about it? Do I get the okay? Oh, okay. So what the doctor was saying is that she's probably overeating because she's gaining more than enough weight. So when she's spitting up the excess of what she gets, because when I tell you this girl spits up, it's like projectile, like. And it's just crazy because you think in your head like, oh my god, you're spitting up all this milk, so you're probably gonna be hungry. But in her case, she's probably not hungry anymore because that's probably all the extra amount of milk that she drank even though she wasn't hungry. Because she doesn't normally use the pacifier, she uses me as her pacifier. So I have been, I don't want to say pushing it on her, but I have been trying to give her the pacifier a little bit more than usual, just so that she has something to soothe herself other than my breast, so that she's not overeating and then spitting up half of what she, or what looks like half of what she ate. So we have been doing that, and like I said, the doctor was just saying that it's totally normal for kids to do that, especially at this age with their growth spurt and then the cluster feeding. Of course they're gonna try and nurse. Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Do you want to come say hello? Or do you want to come talk with mommy? Okay. Oh. And she definitely tries to stand. She tries to push off on you. So like I was saying, she doesn't like tummy time, which is funny. But she'll do, like, if I lay her on me like this, she'll do it that way, and she'll push herself up, and she'll try to push herself off of you. Like, she just does the most. Aaliyah does the most. Let's see, what else you see? She follows me like a hawk. Her dad can be holding her in the bed, and I can be like getting myself ready for bed. And she will follow me around the entire room. So she is like I said, very alert. If she hears my voice, she will look for it wherever I am. She doesn't know where she's looking, but she will try to follow my voice and find me. It's so funny. Oh, yay! She just nursed and she did burp, but I guess she always has those extras in here, right? Let's see what else. She loves her swing. She does not like her bouncer chair. She doesn't like that. I don't have batteries in it right now, so I don't know if she's gonna like it better when we use it as like when we put the vibration on. But for now, she hates it. She does not like it. She also likes going on walks, and she likes the car. Thank goodness, because my son didn't like it, and that was also a hassle. And what? Yes, I'm talking about you. So that was a hassle. Right now, her eyes are pretty dark brown to me. Hubby thinks that her eyes are lighter, but I don't see it. They definitely look dark brown to me. And her hair is very interesting because it's already starting to curl up, and it looks like it's brown, but the roots, like the hair growing from her head, is very light. And my son also has light hair, and she is like his twin. It's so crazy. So we're thinking that she might have the same color hair as my son. Let's see, what else? What else? That is pretty much it. That's everything that's going on with Miss Aaliyah. Her next appointment isn't until March 22nd, when she will be 2 months. And that's probably when I'll do the next update on her. There's no need to do like weekly on her because you're probably not going to see anything change, and I won't have any information, especially since I don't have to bring her back to the doctor until March. As for me, I don't go to the doctor until next week, which I think I'm going to be moving that appointment until March for 6 weeks, because the appointment next week is not 6 weeks yet. So I want to make sure I go at 6 weeks. So I'll probably do my update when I am 6 weeks postpartum, and then I'll do mine monthly from there. So I'll do that, and then that way I know I'm gonna start working out after I get the clearance from the doctor, or my midwife, I should say. So yeah, let's see, is that it? Yes, that's it. You guys see? She pushed away from me. Well, I guess I should let you guys see her, right? Little missy. So here is Miss Aaliyah. She is coming into her own little person quite well. Say hi, baby. Say hi. Say hi. She's just looking outside right now. Right? Hello. Hello. Say hello. I think the breastfeeding, like, there's just a different connection that you have with your baby when you breastfeed. And I love that connection. I wish the connection stayed like that throughout the years that they get older, but you know, it doesn't, but it's okay. So let's stop rambling, and yeah, let's wrap this up, right? So that is everything that's everything going on with Aaliyah. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Please follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. I'll put the links down below. And also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment on what videos you'd like to see next, or just any requests if you guys have any. And yeah, I guess I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!